Hello, everyone. I am Aria Craig, Amazon best-selling author and award-winning author. And I thank you for joining me today, this afternoon. You could be anywhere in the world, and you chose to be here with me today, and I really appreciate it. So today we're going to do a story telling of the book Bubbles, the Beautiful Butterfly, the book that I authored for children. It is a book about courage, bravery, and empowerment of a little girl who was being bullied in school, and she didn't know what to do. And then she met Bubbles, the beautiful butterfly, who equipped her with the tools that she needed in order to conquer her bully. But before we get started, I just want to say, for all the children, the parents that are listening in with me today, if you can grab your children and have them to do this little activity. And this is an activity that's going to really, it's more like an investment in their self-esteem. If you guys could get together and get maybe like a piece of paper or something, or a stick-it note or something that you can put in your child's bedroom or in their bathroom, so that they'll see it every single day, and have them to write out some affirmations. This is one of the things that I do whenever I do a workshop with this children's book, because I really want children to have more confidence and self-esteem and higher self-esteem. So what I did was I wrote out about 5 of them already, and you got to forgive me. Right before we went live, I smudged a little bit of it. But this is the affirmations that I wrote out. I don't know if you can see them. Let me go this way. So there are 5 of them. So what I want you all to do is, at the very top of your paper, if you can write out the words "I am" in capital letters. I am. So I'm going to give you 5 affirmations, and affirmations are words or phrases that you'll use just to promote your self-esteem, to make you feel good, things that you want to be, or you want to you attribute to be when you get older. These are things that you're going to work towards every day with yourself, and you're going to basically recite these words every single day in the morning, and recite them every single day before you go to bed. And make sure you're saying it very strong, very powerful. And actually, you can add to this list. Now, I'm going to give you 5 to start with, but add to the list and make sure you share it with your mom, your dad, sisters, brothers, grandma, grandpa, and let them know these words that you created for yourself, so that everybody can join in with you. So the first 5 words that I have are, the first one is grateful. Oh, there we go. I am grateful. The second one is brave. I am brave. The third word is strong. I am strong. The fourth word is worthy. I am worthy. And the 5th word is determined. I am determined. Okay. And you can add to that list, but make sure you recite those words every single time. So let's go ahead and get started with Bubbles, the beautiful butterfly, and the bully that Chloe conquers. Let me try to turn it this way so everybody can see it. Okay. So, Chloe, honey, your bus will be pulling up soon. Grab your lunch out of the fridge, yells Mom from upstairs. 10-year-old Chloe grabs her lunch and sees a note from her parents on the bag. She crumples it up and tosses it in the garbage. And the note reads, "Have a great day at school. Love, Mom and Dad." I don't know if you can see it the way I'm having it. There we go. Maybe if I do it this way. Chloe walks to the bus stop and stands a distance from a huddle of kids. She always considers joining them, but changes her mind. As soon as Chloe sits down, the boy behind her starts teasing. "So are you chopping wood today?" The other kids break out in laughter. Chloe tries to ignore him, hoping he would eventually let up. During lunch, Chloe eats her food alone and hears the group of girls sitting behind her. "How can she eat with those choppers?" one of them says. Another girl pushes her bottom lip behind her 2 front teeth to mimic Chloe's overbite. Everyone at the table giggles. Chloe lets out a long sigh and looks up at the clock on the wall. I can't wait until school is over, she says to herself. Just then, she notices a beautiful butterfly fluttering underneath the clock. Chloe immediately realizes it's the same one that she was staring at from the bus. Hmm, I wonder how that butterfly got in here, she thinks. There is snickering in the last class, but Chloe is too distracted by the butterfly. Johnny taps her arm to pass her a note. She opens it up and feels her eyes welling with tears. Humiliated, Chloe rushes to give the note to her teacher. A few students in the back burst into laughter. Can you all see the butterfly? Chloe, class, who is responsible for this note? Asks Mr. Smith. The entire class gets quiet. If I have to ask again, I will give a pop quiz, scolds Mr. Smith. Mason, yell a few kids simultaneously while pointing at him. I didn't write that note, responds Mason with a guilty look on his face. Yes, you did. I saw you write it, blurts out Ebony, who sits next to Mason. No, I didn't, Mason shouts in a defensive tone. Mr. Smith grabs one of Mason's graded assignments off his desk and compares it to the note. Mason, this looks like your handwriting. Mason fidgets in his chair and looks at the floor. Class, complete this math problem on the board. Chloe and Mason, come with me, says Mr. Smith. He looks at Mason with disappointment. Ooh, chants the class as they watch Mason, Chloe, and Mr. Smith walk toward the principal's office. And of course, this was the note that that Chloe gave to Mr. Smith. When Chloe gets home, she runs straight to her room and slams the door. Snuffles can hear her crying from the hallway. Chloe, honey, I need to talk to you when you have a moment, Mom says with concern. In a few minutes, Mom, Chloe whimpers. You see little Snuffles down there at the door? I'm tired of kids making fun of me. I'm tired of being bullied, shouts Chloe between sniffles. She reaches for a tissue and feels something unusual by her hand. She looks up and sees the butterfly that followed her around school. At first, Chloe shoos the butterfly away, but it flies back. She shoos it again, but it dodges her hand. Before she shoos it a third time, it starts glowing. Chloe is in awe of its beauty. Who are you? Asks Chloe with a puzzled look. My name is Bubbles, the butterfly responds. Chloe rubs and blinks her eyes in amazement. The butterfly is radiant. I saw you everywhere today. Why are you following me, Bubbles? I have noticed you being bullied for a while, Chloe, says Bubbles, and I want to help you. How can you help me? Chloe asks sarcastically. Do you notice anything different about me? Quizzes Bubbles. Chloe leans in closer to the butterfly and sees a flaw on her right wing. She was so mesmerized that she hadn't even noticed. Bubbles smiles and says, let me tell you a story. There we go. When I was a caterpillar, all the other caterpillars made fun of me. I was born with a scar on my back, but they didn't care. They teased me anyway, calling me ugly. Then one day, it was time for me to undergo that phase that all butterflies go through, a metamorphosis. 2 weeks later, I emerged as a vibrant butterfly, while the others looked exactly alike. The tip of my wing was missing because of the scar. But that's what made me different from the other butterflies. I love my wings and wouldn't change anything about them. My wings made me what I am, beautiful. If you all can see that. And there she is with her affirmations. You see that? She has her affirmations. You see, Chloe, your smile is what makes you unique. Some kids can be unkind to others who look different from them. The key is to stand up to those kids. It's not about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself, explains Bubbles. Write this down and recite it every single day. I am beautiful, intelligent, confident, and worthy. Now, smile as big as you can and do not cover your mouth, advises Bubbles. Chloe is hesitant, but does it anyway. Show that same cheerful smile at school. If anyone teases you, say this. Then Bubbles whispers something in Chloe's ear. Do you think that will work? Chloe asks. If you give in, you allow the bullies to win, explains Bubbles. But if you embrace your wonderful smile, others may start to embrace it too. And that's worth the effort. Chloe understands the message. Thank you, Bubbles, the beautiful butterfly. You got it, says Bubbles, hugging Chloe's cheek. Chloe runs to the kitchen to greet her mom, who gives her a warm look and says, I got a call from your school right before you got in. Honey, I need you to tell me exactly what happened. Chloe explains what occurred at school. She tells her mom how kids bully her all the time, but she ignores them even though it still hurts her feelings. Oh, Chloe, that explains why I saw your lunch note in the garbage. Honey, you have a gorgeous smile, says Mom. As a matter of fact, you have the same smile as your dad. Believe it or not, he was teased too when he was younger. Chloe's eyes widened. He was? Yes, but he didn't let anyone stop him from smiling. It's one of the reasons why I love him so much. Chloe looks at the picture on the refrigerator and realizes her mom is right. Listen, Dad and I will go up to your school first thing tomorrow to get this straightened out. You have to tell us you have to let us and your teachers know if the bullying continues. We will stay on top of this, assures Mom. Chloe smiles from ear to ear. Her mom is surprised to notice that she isn't covering her mouth. She places her hand on Chloe's face. Don't ever hide your smile again. I won't, Chloe promises, and hugs her mom tight. The next day, Mom and Dad speak to the principal about Chloe being bullied. They demand changes be made to help Chloe and other students feel comfortable at school. I don't know if you can see that, but at the bottom where my thumb is, it's a bullying policy that they're implementing at her school. Chloe does exactly what Bubbles suggested. Every morning, she recites what she wrote on the note on her mirror and stands up to anyone that teases her. Every day, Chloe smiles without covering her mouth. She smiles in class, she smiles at lunch, she smiles on the bus. One day, Mason walks up to Chloe in the hall and attempts his usual teasing. But Chloe follows the advice Bubbles whispered in her ear and interrupts him mid-sentence. Stop talking, Mason. You will no longer bully me and expect me to stay silent. I am a beautiful girl with a beautiful smile. It is your problem if you cannot see it. Mason is stunned. Now, go find something meaningful to do. I'm done with you, Mason. Then Chloe does something remarkable. She walks away and leaves Mason standing in the hallway, completely speechless. Chloe continues to build confidence, and eventually she starts making new friends. I believe my work here is done, says Bubbles, the beautiful butterfly, and she flies off to her next assignment. Yay, the end. So what I want to do is just really quickly, just let kids know if you are being bullied in school, then make sure you tell your parents or your teacher, someone who you feel you can trust and you feel comfortable with. Definitely tell your parent or your guardian, because for the parents, now moving on to the parents, take some steps like talking to the teacher to let the teacher know, because the teacher may not see what's going on, especially if she's writing on the board or he's working on an assignment, he has his head down and he can't see what's going on with the class. But definitely reach out to the teacher to ask them, do you notice what's going on, or have you noticed a change in my child's behavior? Also ask the teacher to talk to the other parent, because it might be an opportunity for you all to talk together, and him or her, the teacher, to see if there's anything going on with the other child. Because a lot of times, like we all know, hurt people hurt people. So there may be something going on with that child, and that child is exhibiting that behavior from frustration to your child. That doesn't make it okay, but you definitely want to make sure that you're addressing it and maybe talking to the other parent. If that doesn't work, then I would go a step further and inform the staff, like the administration, the principal, vice principal. And if that doesn't work, I would go to the board of education, and figure out what needs to be done. And a bullying policy is very much a strategy or a plan that I would think needs to be developed and implemented in school, in your child's school. But please, that's it. Please DM me if you have any questions. If you have any schools or organizations that could benefit from investing in this book, I would appreciate if you just let me know. DM me. My web address, sorry, my website is ariacraig.com. That's ariacraig.com, and I have all of my information there, my email address, my social media handles. I'm more active on Instagram, aria.craig. And also you can find my books, including this one, on my website. This one's actually 20% off until Sunday. So thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and take care. Bye.